Richo's obviously gone through a fair bit of what we've changed internally as we head into next season, but it's obviously important to touch on last season from a footy perspective. And for me, I want to be really clear that everything we do is about building our team and our program to win premiership. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to achieve. But it's about focusing on the processes and the behaviours that will drive that. So what I love about this team is what we say we're going to do, we do. We've got a clear, identifiable brand. Everyone will say, what are you talking about? Well, we speak a lot about being a contest defence team. And that's what we are. We're a contest defence team, and we have been for a period of time because it stands the test of time in winning premierships. But we also know you need to be good in all phases to win a premiership. And we're 5th or 6th in offence. Still pretty good. And I'll come back to that shortly. But you also need to be able to win in multiple different ways in a season. When I talk about that, you need to be able to win in a stoppage game. You need to be winning in a turnover game. You need to be able to win by losing entry at times. You need to come from behind. You need to be challenged and respond. And you need to win close games. You need to be able to do all of that. And we were. We were able to do all of that this year. And when Richo says we're well positioned, we were. We just didn't win the moments that mattered in the finals. They are the facts. We weren't able to execute in front of goal. We didn't maximise our entry. And that's the first thing that we looked at when we came back in. And I'll talk about that because I'm sure there's plenty of questions around that. So what's the challenge? Our challenge is this. The first one is how we maximise our strengths whilst maintaining our strengths. What I mean by that, we have amazing strengths. We have a great contest, a great defensive team. How do we maximise that with how we use the ball? That's our challenge. We're looking for one goal. One goal a game takes us from 6th to 1st, the best offensive teams. That's the small margins that we're working with in our industry. And that's the difference between winning and not winning. One goal. But the challenge is, can we do it by maintaining our strengths? Does that mean we're not going to look at our offence? We are. We're unpacking everything we do. Our game plan, our method, our personnel, the quality of our conversion, to see if we can get it better at the same time. We're looking at how we train it, how we teach it, how we educate it to get that one goal, whilst maintaining our greatest strength. There is nothing better as a Melbourne supporter to rock up to the MCG and know the type of team you have. You have a highly competitive team, a team that is blue collar and works hard. That is a great starting foundation for success, and that's what we'll continue to build. Our second challenge is to execute it in finals. Fair to say this year there'll be plenty of noise around our ability to win finals. If we focus on that too much right now, we won't get there. We've got to focus on the behaviours, the daily habits, the winning mindset to put ourselves in a position to have the right to execute that. There's been adversity the last couple of years in the final space. Adversity in that space can either be dealt with in two ways. You can either have anger, frustration, disappointment, and all that will lead to is a fractured club and a fractured playing group. Adversity dealt with growth, opportunity, unity, connection will lead to success. The finals left us clues for success. As a coaching group, the first thing we did when we went away together was we reviewed the finals. What were the mechanics within our game style that failed us? What were the dynamics on field from a behaviour perspective that failed us? There's your opportunity, there's your growth. As a playing group, the first thing they did when they came back in Same process. What were the mechanics that failed us? What were the behaviours and dynamics on field that failed us? And that is the growth and the opportunity. That's the exciting part that we have. But what we want to try and create is not focus on finals now. We can't. We've got to focus on creating the winning behaviours that will stand up in finals. Because it's not in finals where you win finals. There's moments in finals that you win them, but you win finals by building an environment and a program that lives it daily, that when you rock up to the ground, you have great clarity and great confidence in what you can deliver. And that's what we're going to go about doing. So we're not going to live under a rock. We're going to look for the opportunities. We're going to look for the growth. We're going to increase our connection. We're going to drive winning behaviours. And ultimately, hopefully, by the end of the year, in this room and everyone online, you'll be pretty happy.